Here we are back in the land of Nosgoth, and I am going to finally make my way to where Vorador lives. Now, if you remember, Vorador was the guy in the opening cinematic of the game that killed off a number of the members of the Circle of Nine, the defenders of the Pillars of Nosgoth. And the reason why he had done that, it hasn't really been discussed at length yet, but it had something to do with a war against the vampires that the Sarafan had committed.
Strange that Vorador would choose a dwelling so perilous to him. The swamp could only offer a vampire hazard and pain.
Well, the Sarafan were the ones that fought the war, but it was sponsored by the Circle. And Malek, being a leader of the Sarafan, was also a member of the Circle as the conflict guardian. So when Vorador went seeking revenge, he went to the Circle, and he managed to kill 6 of them, leaving only 3 of them alive, and Malek being one of them.
Vorador's keep was hidden deep within the turbulent forest, nestled among vines and creepers that clung desperately to its dark, weathered stone.
Okay, this is Vorador's keep right here. I could have made a simpler trip. I think I could have flown here, but I walked.
The luxury with which this Vorador surrounded himself was impressive. His wealth would shame the haughty nobles of my former court.
Oh yeah, this guy loves living high.
That this vulgar display of fortune remained undisturbed was a testament of fear's dominion over greed. Their charms were almost visible through the gauze of their clothing, yet beauty such as theirs delivered only death. For these were Vorador's pets, nothing more than beasts, slave to his will and the easy prey he provided. Vampires, all of them, held in thrall by one stronger still.
Okay, he actually has other vampires living in it under him. Sort of like he is sort of like their master, and I'm imagining the charms that he uses to control their minds are not terribly dissimilar from the dominate mind ability that I am using against other enemies. Just obviously a more powerful version of it, because Vorador being alive however many hundreds of years ago that game took, the beginning of the game took place, is a much older and much more powerful vampire than Kain is. I think it's kind of cool that you can, or weird rather, that you can drink the blood of a vampire. You'd think a vampire wouldn't have what you needed, you know? Chumps. A lot of people stapled to the wall in this room.
Vorador's pantry. A vampire's feast. Like cattle awaiting slaughter, men and women dangled from the rusted hooks upon the dungeon walls. Blood and viscera frosted the dirt and stone. The abundance nearly overwhelmed me. For blood is the life.
Oh, he is just loving that room. stupid teleporting witch.
My enemies are quite vicious, and the Chaos Armor extracts from them a heavy price for their bloodlust. The blows are meant for me, but it is their bodies that carry the wounds.
Okay, we got a new piece of armor, but first I'm gonna use this guy to open the door. Is he still alive? Okay, let's go equip that piece of armor. It's the Chaos Armor. And... oh,
Chaos
badass.
Armor.
Enemies take a little bit of the damage that they deal out to you. Quite useful, I think. Of course, that's only if I allow them to take damage. Give me damage. These guys used to be tough. Now they're just friggin' lambs for the slaughter with my new flame saber. Crazy, crazy damage. Jumps. Okay, use that magic to go and enslave this woman. Avoid the shadow monster, because you need her to flip a switch to get you through. I imagine she's not a vampire. She's just some sort of human slave. Slap that demon to death. And it didn't work. But anyway, she got the door open anyway, and that's all that really matters. Not giving that up. I know there's more magic and blood vials that I could have picked up by this point in the game, but I'm sort of just going along with what I have at the moment. Come on, reflect back and kill him. Okay, that's one down. Okay, it's not gonna reflect back far enough to get him, so I'm gonna have to make a run for it. Remember, you do take damage in mist form.
Oh, to bathe in the blood of others. This spell is especially useful in the face of multiple combatants. Beware those with tainted blood.
Okay, this can be extraordinarily useful. 2 people on the screen. Actually, I sucked the blood out of all 4 people that were in the room. When he says be careful of those with tainted blood, he means that if you go and try to suck the blood out of a room for a bunch of enemies, and in the event that some of them are in fact ones that carry poisonous blood or something, then you're in for trouble.
And upon the wall, scribbled in blood, were the words, Manus Celer die. The room I had entered had but one purpose: the torture and execution of human beings for the sadistic pleasure of its engineer. Blood was splattered on every surface. The dread and agony of victims past still echoed through the lethal walls. A symphony of terror and agony filled the air. Then, from amidst the cacophony of screaming souls came the perverse laughter of the vampire himself. Amongst Vorador's possessions, I found an ancient chronicle. Long ago, vampires grew in such number so as to capture the attention of the Circle. The Order of the Sarafan, or the Angels of Light as they were called, was instated to counter the menace. Thus, the Vampire Purge began.
Oh, hold on. We have so many magic abilities now that we have to start swapping them in and out of the quick access menu by going into the start menu. I'm going to put stun there. I'm going to put that there. That's already in the center. And shield will remain in the middle. At the top, I mean. Ho-ho! Bloody, bloody death.
The tapestries wove a tale of chaos ignited, an orgy of fire and pain. Undead beings with rotted skins caked with sulfur and ash beckoned at me through a burning abyss. Their tortured stares were a testimonial to the price of weakness. Their fate would not find me. Yet blood calls to blood.
Jeez, such a horrible outlook.
Be victors!
Just a save point.
In the bowels of that black forest, I found something worse than hell. A vision of what I was becoming.
It's not often I see one of our own, especially one as young and foolish as yourself. Nonetheless, drink. Drink deep and indulge your gift.
Gift? Vorador thought my curse a blessing. That we were gods. That mortals offered their blood as sacrifice so that we could enjoy our supernatural powers. And somewhere, deep inside my new self, I knew he was right. That mortal dreams were prayers. Prayers to us, begging us for power. I pondered this as the decadent old fool prattled on about his past. A boorish account of how he defeated Malek of the Sarafan and took his vengeance upon the Circle of Nine for supporting the Sarafan holy war to exterminate us.
Call your dogs! They can feast on your corpses! After slaughtering 6 of the sheep, I defeated their pathetic little shepherd, Malek. Since then, our kind has not bothered with the cattle, except to feed. And I suggest you do the same. Meddling with the affairs of man can do us no good. Sarafan witch hunts are much too tedious to concern ourselves with. Am I understood, Kain? Good. Take this ring. If you ever need assistance, it will summon you. Despite your youthful arrogance, you amuse me, Kain. It would be such a pity to lose you to the abyss. Now be gone!
He was not quite what I expected of him.
My visit with Vorador only strengthened my resolve. His power uncontested by mortals, he had fallen to another enemy. Decadence has claimed itself many a great warrior.
Very self-obsessed and sort of overwhelmingly content to, well, ignore the world around him and sort of sit around in this dark room sort of thinking about how awesome he is, like some sort of really weird, twisted, masochistic narcissist. It's not really a characteristic that Kain finds to be appealing. Damn it. This won't break? Come on now. What are you doing to me here? Ah, screw it. Moving on. Another save point.
And so I left that place, with clear knowledge of what sort of monster I would become if I let my curse consume me, and with an ally for the future.
One more thing I want to do before I end the episode. I want to chop down this tree and get at that marker up there.
A triad congregates at the roof of the world, Kain. A plot to twist the land, to shape the world. North is where your vengeance lies.
My next destination, but of course that will not be during this episode.